keep dividing the quotient by the base value again. So 16 to the power of 0, 16 to the power of 1, 16 to the power of 2. We have something called as number system, decimal numbers with the fractional part. Hello everyone, myself Jayashree Chandru, Department in Computer Science, Vidyashram Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Welcome back to the session 2, that is chapter 2, encoding schemes and number system. Last class, as we all know that we discussed about what is encoding, the various types of number system, various schemes under the encoding, that is ASCII, Unicode, ISCII, and why we need encoding schemes to be learned and understand all those things we have learned. So today in this session, let us learn something about conversion between the different number system in context with the computer science. First, let us see the conversion of binary between the decimal number system to the binary conversion. The conversion of the number system, that is from decimal to binary conversion. What and all the steps we need to keep in mind before going for the conversion. So before going for the conversion is of two types. Conversion comes in division also, and we will multiply to get the equivalent form also. That is, we have two methods, that is what we call as a division and the multiplication. How to do division and the multiplication, I'll be explaining in my upcoming slides. Now let us understand what are the steps we follow to convert from decimal to binary. First, we will divide the number, that is whatever the given number or whatever the number we take, we need to divide that number by the base value of the binary number system, that is from the base 2 to convert to its equivalent form. Next, we need to note the remainder. Whatever the remainder we get, we need to note that remainder. Then keep dividing the quotient by the base value again. So if I take a decimal number, for example, as 45, I need to divide that particular decimal number by 2, that is a base 2 of binary. The binary number system base value is 2. From that 2 number, I need to keep on dividing until the quotient becomes 0. Until the quotient becomes 0, that is what they have given, that step we need to follow, and all the reminders we need to note down, and that we need to take it in a reverse order. What is a reverse order? That is from bottom to top. That is what we call as a reverse order. Let us see with one example. Here I have taken up 45 as a decimal number example. I keep on dividing the 45 until I get 0, and these are the reminders what I get. So if you observe, when I divide it, I'll get only with the combination of 1001 combination. That is with a combination of zeros and ones. Here when I divide 45 by 2, I'll get the quotient 22. Again, the remainder will be 1. So next, if I divide 22, I'll get 0. Next again, 2 5s are 10, the remainder 1. And 2 2s are 4, again remainder 1. 2 1s are 2, the 0. And 1, the quotient will become 0 here. When I take it from bottom to top, that is what the reverse order I am talking about. So that reverse order will be like 1 0 1 1 0 1 to the base 2. This is very important. When you are writing this, you need to write like this to the base 2, or you can write like this also, 1 of base 2. Okay, so the 45, when I divided, the value of this in a binary is 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1. So this is the value of the decimal value equivalent form in a binary is 1 0 1 1 0 1 to the base 2. So this is a step what we need to follow when I am converting from decimal to binary, that is a division method. Then what is a multiplication method, ma'am, you told? Of course, in the upcoming thing, I'll let you know. So now let us learn from decimal to the octal, how can I convert? So octal base already we know that is a base 8. So how can we convert? Same steps but little changes are there. So following are the steps. Here you need to observe for converting from decimal to octal number system. Divide the number by base value, that is from 8. Note the remainder, same what we learnt in the previous slide. Keep dividing the quotient from the base value, that is 8, and until you get 0. And note all the reminders from bottom to top. Let us now learn with one example. Here I have taken an octal decimal number, that is a decimal value as 186. So what I should do? I should divide it from 8. So when I divide it from 8, I'll get the combination of reminders not more than 8 when I divide it by 8. So when I divide it by 8, what I'll get? The remainder I'll get 2. Again 23. 8 2s are what? 16, right? So 8 2s are 8 1s are 8. 8 2s are 16. 7 I'll get the remainder. And again I'll get 2. The quotient will become 0. So again from the reverse order, I'll take it 2, 7 and 2 is the answer when I convert from decimal to octal. And here you can write like this: 272 of base 8. So this is a methodology to convert from decimal to the octal conversion, that is dividing the given number. So this method we can call it as what? The LCM method also in your mathematics. If you have learnt in your lower classes about the LCM method, same method we are following here. The quotient will be here and the reminders will be here. Hope it's clear. Now let us understand one more method of conversion, that is from decimal to the hexadecimal conversion. So what are the steps we need to follow? Let us understand. Divide the number by the base value, that is 16. What is hexadecimal number? That is the 16 corners, the 16 sides we have in a hexadecimal symbol. So hexa is what? The 16. So the base value is 16. And note, keep dividing the quotient by the base value until you get 0. And note all the reminders from in a reverse order, that is from bottom to the top, that we call as a reverse order. Now let us see with the example here. 763 I have taken. I am dividing from the base value, that is 16, because I need to convert that particular number to the hexadecimal number. So when I divide it, I'll get this combination. As I told you in my first session when I explained what is hexadecimal, 0 to 9, the representation will be numbers. After that, till 15, the number representation will be in a character representation. It will not be in a number representation. 0 to 9 is your numerical representation. After that, from 10 to 15, it will be in a character representation. Let us understand. See, A, B, C, D, E and F. So, how it represents? 10 represents A, 11 represents B, 12 represents C, 13 represents D, 14 represents E and 15 represents F. So, if I get the remainder 12, remainder 11, I'll write it as B. If I get remainder 15, I'll write it as F. And this is what the remainder I'll get when I'm dividing. Till I get the 0. So when I count it in a reverse order, it is 2F and B. F represents 15 and B represents 11. So the answer is 2FB to the base 16 is the answer. This is how we need to keep on dividing from the base system, that is a base value of the given decimal number. Okay, if the decimal number is 783 or any other number, I need to convert for the hexadecimal means it is 16. If I want to convert it to the octal system means it is 8. If I want to convert to the binary means it is base 2. Hope it's clear. This is a division method what we call. So, next let us understand binary to decimal conversion, how I'll do. That is what I told, the multiplication method with the powers, that is the exponent form. So, steps for converting a binary to decimal number, write down the binary number. Binary number will be in a form of zeros and ones combination. So, I need to write that number. Then, starting from right to left, write the position of each bit in a binary code. Example, what is the position of that number? I'll take one number here. Just keep a note, 23. So, what is the position of 23? I don't know. But what is the place values and face values we learnt in our lower classes, if you remember? So, that is nothing but your position, place or position values. So, the position of 3 is in zeros and position of 2 is in tens, units and tens, ones and tens we call, right? So, 3 to the power of 0 and 2 to the power of 1, that is 2 into 2 to the power of 1, that is in a tens place, I call that as 2 into 2 to the power of 1 plus 3 into 3 to the power of 2 to the power of 0, that is what I'll be writing if I take a base value. Here the base value will come if I'm converting to the binary or any other system, number system. So, only thing you need to keep in mind about the position of the number. After that, what I should do? I should multiply each bit by its positional value to find its corresponding decimal number, and after that you need to add all that particular numbers to the equivalent decimal number system. That is what do you mean by from binary to the decimal. So, now let us understand how to convert from binary to decimal conversion with one of the example. So, here I have taken the binary number as 10011. So, here let us see the position of the numbers. So, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands and 10,000. That is like ones place always it will be like 0, that we call it as a unit. Tens place 1, 100 place like 2, thousands is 3 and 10,000 is 4. So, when it comes to the position of the number, the position value what it will be? Why 2 is here? Because I am converting to the binary to decimal conversion. So, the 2 base number I have to write 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3 and 2 to the power of 4. So, when it comes to like this, so after that the decimal number, how the calculation will go on, let us see. Before understanding that, as I told you in the beginning of the session itself, when it comes to converting from one number system to another number system, there are two kinds of methodologies, that is, one is division, one is multiplication and one more is like grouping the numbers. So, how to do that? Let us see further like slides. So, now let us understand how to do this positional numbers what I have taken. After that, how to multiply, let us see. So, 1 into 2 to the power of 4. Next, 0 into 2 to the power of 3, that is what I have taken here. 0 into 2 to the power of 2, 2 power 2, like 1 into 2 to the power of 1 and 1 into 2 power 0. So, after this, let us see how it will take place. I'll start from here. 1 into 2 to the power of 0 is always, it is 1. 1 into 2 power 1 is, it will become like 2. Okay, after that I need to add. So, again 0 into 2 to the power of 8 is 2 into 2. That is 2 times I need to multiply, I'll get 4. Again 2 power 3 is 3 times I need to multiply the 2. 2 2's 4, 4 2's 8. Again 0 into 8. Again here 1 into 2 power 4. 4 times I need to multiply. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s, 2 2s are 4 and 4 2s are 8, like 16 I will get here. Okay. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. That is what we call it as power of 4. After this, I need to add all this. When I keep on adding, I'll add 16 plus 0 multiplied by any number. That is, it will become 0. Again, 0 into 4, 0. Again, 2 ones are 2. Again, 1. So when I add 16, 17, 18 and 19. So the answer is 19 to the base 10, because I'm converting from binary to decimal. So decimal base is 10. Binary is always, it is base 2, because it has only two numbers, that is zeros and ones. Decimal has 0 to 9 when I count. It has 10 digits. Hope you understood this. Same procedure will be followed for like octal conversion, like hexadecimal conversion. So everywhere the positional values will be, if I'm converting from binary to decimal, we learnt here. Next, binary to octal, if it is there, it will come up like 8 to the power of 0, 8 to the power of 1, 8 to the power of 2. From the given number, I need to keep on multiplying the positional numbers. And at that time, here it is 2. In octal, it will be 8. In hexadecimal, it will be 16. The same procedure. After this, the exaggeration will go like this. Again, I need to multiply and add all together until I get the result. That is the equivalent form what I will get. So this is a procedure of decimal, binary to decimal conversion. Let us understand how to convert from octal to decimal conversion. It is same like what we did in a previous, that is from binary to decimal. Again, write down the octal number starting from right to left. Write the position of each digit of the octal code. Find the positional value of each bit by rising to the power of like number as power to the base 8, that is 8 into 8 to the power of, we need to write, and multiply each bit by positional value of the decimal number and add everything to get a octal number, that is add everything to get the equivalent form, that is from octal to decimal conversion. Now let us see with one example here. Octal number I have taken 3, 3 and 6. Again, the position of this number is very simple, that is ones, tens and hundreds. Again, 8 to the power of 0, 8 to the power of 1, 8 to the power of 2 I have taken. So 8 to the power of 1, what happens? Like 8 into 8, 8 into 8, 8 8s are 8, 1, that is 3 into 8. So again, I need to add everything, whatever the values I will get after this, and the answer is 222, or any number with the answer you will get to the base 10. So this is a method what you need to follow when you're converting from octal to the decimal conversion. Next, let us understand how to convert from hexadecimal to decimal conversion. It is the same procedure again. You need to write down the hexadecimal number or the digits starting from right to left, not from left to right. Right to left, you need to keep on adding a powers, that is to the base 16, and to find its correspondence values. After that, multiply it, add everything. At last, we will get what? Hexadecimal to the decimal conversion. Now let us see with one example, 7A and C. What do you mean by A? As I told you, A is 10, B is 11, C represents the 12. Okay. So here let us see again 2, 1 and 0. The position values ones, tens and hundreds. So 16 to the power of 0, 16 to the power of 1, 16 to the power of 2. Here you need to again expand it. 7 into 16 to the power of 2 is fine. I can't write A. The value of A represents 10. I'll write again 12 into 16 to the power of 0, and again I will add everything and I'll get the answer what it is, 1964 is the answer. That is the decimal equivalent form what I'll get. So this is a very simple and the easiest conversion method what we need to follow. Now let us understand binary to the octal conversion. How to convert? Write a binary number again. From the left to right, you need to make a group of bits. This is quite bit more simpler, and of course it is a new method what you're learning. From right to left, group all the bits of the binary with a set of 3. When we need to do the set of 3 in the conversion of binary to the octal conversion, how to group, I'll teach you. Add 0 to the left of the last bit given in a binary in case if we don't get the formation of 3 bits. How many bits? 3 bits we need to form. That is what the procedure will tell us. Write the octal number for each corresponding set of bits. Group all these digits together to form the equivalent octal number. With one example, let us understand. Here the number they have given 1011. I need to group with the 3. 1011. 011 I got. Only 1 is remaining. What the procedure will tell? I need to add 0 or 1 more 0 to form a group of 3. So I added 0 and 0 here. So to form a group of 3. So total what it is, 001 is 1 in a decimal form, the binary. Okay, again you need to keep in mind with your conversion method, 011 is 3. So total it is 13 to the base 8. Okay, so this is a very simpler method what you need to follow when you are converting from what? Binary to the octal conversion. So where we will get all this? It is in the ASCII chart. Okay, it will be in the ASCII chart. Again, you need to remember how to convert from binary to decimal conversion methodology. We need to follow the power of. You need to follow that. Next, octal to binary conversion. Again, write a octal number. Replace each digit of the octal number with its equivalent of 3 bit again. Next, from left to right, you will be arranging everything. So, to form a 3 bits from octal to binary conversion. So, octal to decimal we learnt. Binary to octal we learnt. Okay. So, binary to octal conversion we learned. Now, octal to binary conversion, octal number is like this, 7, 4 and 5. How I'll get this binary conversion? The LCM method we need to follow. I need to divide it by 8. Then I'll get this number. In this number, I'll need to make it a 3 bit from left to right. That is what I did, 4 bits. 1, 1, 1. Again 0, 0 and 1, 0 to the base 2. So, this is a procedure to follow for octal to the binary conversion method. So, next let us understand binary to the hexadecimal. It is the same grouping of 4 bit. In octal, we did a grouping of 3 bits, but here we need to do the grouping of 4 bits. Now, let us understand. Write a binary number, whatever the binary number given. From right to left, group all the bits of the binary to the set of 4, which is very easy. Add 0 to the left, that is the last bit of the given. In case if the formation of 4 bits is not happened, write the hexadecimal no for each other, that is a corresponding set of bits, and group all these hexadecimal digits together to form the equivalent octal number. That is what they have given, or equivalent hexadecimal number. Now let us understand binary to hexadecimal conversion. So to convert the given hexadecimal number, so this is a binary number, I need to convert it to the hexadecimal number. So what I should do, I need to group it from right to left. So when I am grouping, I will get the 4 digits, 1011, 001, 0, 111, because it is 3, I'll add 0. So, when I do the grouping like this 4, I need to write the equivalent decimal values, that is the hexadecimal values. 0111 is 7, 0100 is 4, 011101. means D. What do you mean by D? D is nothing but it is your 14. F is 15. So 74D is the answer. Where I get these values, ma'am? If the question is, you need to again do the conversion to get the equivalent from binary to the hexadecimal number system. You need to follow when you're dividing the given binary to the hexadecimal procedure, the positional values you need to take, and there you will get it. The multiplication method in the previous slide, what I explained, in that equivalent forms, you will get these numbers. Okay. So you need to follow the ASCII chart for that. So this is a methodology to convert from binary to hexadecimal conversion. Now let us understand hexadecimal to binary conversion. Here from left to right, I'll arrange all the 4-bit together to form a binary equivalent number, hexadecimal to the binary. Let us see here. Hexadecimal number is like this: CA 1 and 2. What is C represents? Again, C represents 12 and your A represents what? The 10. Because A to F, the numerical representation is represented by the characters. Okay. So, the 12 value you need to write here. Again, the A is 10, 1 and 2. So, from here, from left to right, you will be taking the numbers. Together, you will write to get the binary equivalent form, which is a very quite simple method. This is a write a equivalent of set of 4-bit, and this is the hexadecimal number what we are following. Next, let us understand the fractional part conversion, how it takes place. Ma'am, can we do the fractional part conversion? Of course, in context with the number system of the computer science, we have something called as number system, decimal numbers with the fractional part of the binary system, that is from negative index and the positive index with the exponent powers, how to multiply it. Let us see. Following are the steps to convert the fractional part. Multiply the fractional part to the base value. The same method will follow. Only the fractional part powers or the exponent, how to take, how to add, that you need to keep in mind. Rest and all is the same how we did in a actual conversion. Write it from like top to bottom to get the equivalent number. Fractional part does not become 0 with the successive multiplication. Here let us understand how to do that, the multiplication method. Okay, 0.2625 I have taken. So when I multiply by 2, because I need to convert it to the binary, so I am multiplying by 2, I can't divide it. So when I multiply, I'll get this answer 1 and 0.250. Again the 250 I'll be multiplying. Again I'll be multiplying. So this we call it as what? The integral part. What we call the integral part, I'll be writing from top to bottom. That is what in the steps from top to bottom, write the integral part to get the equivalent binary number. Multiply the fractional part in the base value of 2 repeatedly till the fractional part becomes 0. Multiply the fractional part of the base value 2 repeatedly. Base value of 2, fractional part, I need to keep on multiplying the fractional part until I'll get what? What I'll get? Until I'll get the integral part. Okay. So that is what here they have taken, until the fractional part becomes 0. Fractional part should become 0 over here. This is a fractional part. Okay. So see here, this is the fractional part. It has to become 0. When I multiply, this is the integral part. Don't get confused. Okay. This is the integral part. Okay. So next step, what it tells, if the fractional part does not become 0 in a successive multiplication, then stop it after 10 multiplications. You can stop after 5 also if it gets repeatedly the same number. That is what they are telling. After that, what you can do, you can keep on like multiplying Then from top to bottom you will get the answer 101. That is a decimal with the fractional part to the binary conversion to the base 2. This is a method what we need to follow. Hope it is clear. Next, let us understand from conversion of decimal number with the fractional part of the octal number. So with one example, let us see. Again, this is the integral part, what we call. From top to bottom, we need to write. So again, multiplication goes like this until we get it, the 0. So again, 400 into 8, again 200 into 8, again 800 into 8. So this is what the values we will get. The fractional part, you keep on writing 13146 to the base 8. That is what? The octal number conversion. That is from conversion of decimal number fractional part to the octal fractional part. Next, let us understand conversion from decimal number with the hexadecimal conversion. The methodology is the same, but let us learn with the example here. Okay, so this is a decimal. For hexadecimal, I need the integral part is this. This we call it as what? The integral part. 175 into 16. That is again 800. That is 2 I'll get. Again 800. When I multiply, that is 800 into 16. This is the integral part what I'll get. Okay, so that is a fractional division. Fractional part I need to skip and only the integral part I need to take. The 12 represents C here again. So this is the conversion of the decimal number with the fractional part of the hexadecimal number. So now we understood how to convert it from the decimal number with the fractional part to the hexadecimal. Integral part will be the same. Take a fractional part, again multiply by 16. Again take a fractional part, keep the integral part as it is. So that is how we keep on multiplying to get the equivalent form. Next, let us understand binary with the fractional part of the decimal conversion, how it takes place. That is just raising its position number as a power of base to what we did in our previous conversions. So corresponding decimal number, each bit with its positional value, and again add everything with the fractional part also to get the equivalent decimal number. Now let us see the positive and the negative position powers I'll be taking. In my first session, I explained you what is a negative, what is a positive index, everything. So here you can see 101 after 0.01. So 101 places zeros, ones and tens. So here it will come as -2 and 1. Like this I'll take from here. Okay. So what happens? 2 2s are 4, 4 in 4 1s are again 4 plus 0, anything multiplied. After this 1.0 and 0.25. 1.0 I got power of 1 and the power of -1 and the power of -2. So the answer is 5.25 to the base 10. That is to the decimal from binary. This is how we need to do the positional values and rising up powers of the base number, that base value. That is how we will do. So this is the decimal number of the fractional part what we got from binary fractional part to the decimal conversion, that is 5.25 to the base 10. So these are some of the methodologies what we learned how to convert from the fractional part to the different kinds of number systems in this today's session. Hope it is clear for you, and just refer the textbook also. And these are some of the methodologies with the steps also. For 5 marks also they may ask you, or for 3 marks also they may ask you. So with the context with the computer science number system and converting methodologies, that is 2 kinds of methodologies we follow. That is multiplication by rising up power, and of course the grouping numbers for 3 bits and for the 4 bits, and also the division, that is a LCM methodology what we follow. So these are the methods what we learnt in today's session. So thank you. Hope it's clear for you. This ends the chapter 2. 2 sessions we have completed. Thank you so much.